Hi everybody over there. I hope you all are fine. Today we will start electric potential and thereafter we will move on to potential energy. Now what is electric potential? Actually it is the amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to a particular point. It is denoted by V, and that is equal to work done by the positive test charge which we are bringing from infinity to a particular point. If we write the unit of work done as joule and coulomb as the unit of charge, then the SI unit will be joule per coulomb, which is nothing but volt. Now let us take a situation where we already have a positive charge placed at A, and suppose we need to find the potential at this point B, which is at a distance r from A. So it is clear from our earlier chapters that if a charge is placed at A, then there will exist an electric field, and that too in this direction. So if we want to bring this unit positive charge, which is somewhere at infinity, near the vicinity of A, then this charge will experience a coulombic force of repulsion due to this plus Q. Henceforth, we need to do some work done in bringing this charge from infinity towards the point B. Actually, this amount of work done is nothing but the potential of the charge plus Q. So, generalizing the formula, we can write this unit positive charge as Q0, and let us consider that somewhere here Q0 is placed, which is at a distance x from the main charge A. So can we say that the coulombic force of repulsion is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q0 by x square. Now let us push this charge by a small distance dx towards A. As a result, we need to do some work done. So we have considered that this Q0 charge is further displaced by a displacement dx. Hence, the work done becomes F dot dx. Now electric force and dx, they are opposite, so you can write F dx with a negative sign. Now put the value of force. We will have this step. Now finally we need to find the total work done. So we need to integrate, and while integrating we should be integrating the right side also, and the limit here is infinity to that particular point B, which is at a distance r from A, where we need to find out the potential. Now let us find out the integration. It is minus 1 by x, imposing the limits and cancelling the negative sign, we will get this. Finally we can put that V equal to W by Q0. So dividing this W by Q0, we can say that the potential is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q by R as the working formula for the potential at a point B, which is at a distance R from plus Q. Not to mention, potential is a scalar quantity, because work and charge both are potential. Now let us take one more example. Suppose this is your point A plus Q. This is the direction of electric field. Extend this line a little bit and take two different points. Say one point is P and another point is Q. Now see, P is at a distance of say R1 and Q is at a distance of say R2. What I want to tell you is the potential at P is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q by R1, and the potential at Q is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q by R2. From these two parameters, it is clear that R1 is less, so you can write Vp is greater than Vq. Therefore, can we then write the potential difference between the points P and Q as Vpq, which is equal to Vp minus Vq. Hence, if you substitute these two, you will get 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q divided Q bracket 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. This will be the potential difference between the points P and Q, and it can be also called as the amount of work done in bringing the charge from Q to P. Which charge we are bringing, that unit positive test charge from Q to P. So actually we are finding the potential difference between the points P and Q. Even you can extend this view by writing another statement saying that considering the potential at P is V and considering the potential at Q as minus V minus dV. So from the definition of potential difference we can write this, which is equal to the work done divided by the unit positive test charge. Now let's see where I want to go. Work done means, again you can write force into, say this displacement is dx. So on the right hand side you can write minus f dot dx as shown earlier. Okay. If you consider the magnitudes at P and Q of the potential, I suppose this will be having more potential than this. So it's better to put plus. Then the difference will be like this. Okay. So V goes out, we are left with dV. Now let me give you one formula from your first chapter. Force by charge is electric field. So we can write that electric field is equal to minus of dV dx. This is one of your relation where you can say that electric field is the negative gradient of V. Clear? This is all about your electric potential. Basic formula of potential is this. Potential difference is this, which is nothing but the work done. And there is a short relation between electric field and potential. E equal to minus dV by dx. Why dx? Because we are considering this as the x-axis. You can now consider that since this is in terms of r, you can use dx as dr. This is also correct. Now, I will be showing you one more thing by an example, rather by a question. Suppose that the potential at a point in a space is given by this relation at P, which is in space. We need to find the electric components. Now when I am saying electric components means the electric vectors of x, y and z coordinates at the point P, which is say given 3, 2 and -1. So what we will be doing, we will be writing separately as Ex, Ey and Ez, like minus dv by dx, then minus dv by dy, and then minus dv by dz. Now let us differentiate v with respect to x. We will get minus of 6x and put the x coordinate. Now since electric fields are vector quantities, so I need to put a unit vector. We know that along x-axis the unit vector is I cap, hence I have written here I cap. I think I am clear to you all. Similarly, on differentiating v with y, we will get minus 2y. Now put the coordinate of y given and similarly the unit vector. And dv dz, 2z with a negative sign, put minus 1 here and the unit vector. So these are all the three components of electric field existing at the point P. Hence you can write at P the electric vector is equal to Exi cap plus Eyj cap plus Ez k cap, which is equal to minus 18I cap minus 4j cap and plus 2k cap. Mention the unit as Newton per Coulomb. So this is a sample question which relates electric field and potential. Now let us move on to potential energy. Potential energy, actually energy is nothing but work done, and potential energy means that there should be a system. Now system of what? System of some charges. So let us define electric potential energy first. Actually it is again the amount of work done in bringing a group of charges individually from infinity to a given point. Let us consider that I need to form this system which says that at A I need to bring Q1, at B I need to bring Q2, and at C I need to bring Q3. It is noted that all these 3 point charges, they are not here initially, they are at infinity. We will try to bring these charges from infinity to this particular point A, B, C. Henceforth, they will constitute a system as I was telling you before defining the term potential energy. Now let us think in this way, and it is quite true that in this particular region, if we don't have any charge, then no field exists. So we can bring any one of the charge from infinity to this particular point without doing any work done. And therefore we can write, in bringing this Q1 at A, no work is done. So I have written W1 equal to 0. W1 is the work done in bringing Q1 from infinity to A. Why we don't have to do any external work? Because initially the space was not having any point charge. So there is no question of Coulombic repulsion. But as Q1 comes at the point A and now we want to bring Q2, then we need to do some work to stabilize this system. This work done actually is nothing but the potential at B due to this charge multiplied by the charge which we are bringing. So formula 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 and this distance. So to bring this Q2 at B, we have already made a system between 1 and 2 and the work done is this. So in our system now we have these two charges. Now question arises, if I want to bring another third charge Q3 over here, we need to do again a different work. Say it is W3. Now what W3 states? It states that we want to bring Q3 charge here. So at this point, due to Q1, there will be a potential, as well as at this point, due to Q2, there will be a potential. Since work done is equal to voltage into charge, so I write the charge which we are bringing, and that is Q3. Now what is VCQ1? Actually it is the potential at C because of this. So write the formula 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 divided by this distance. Similarly 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 divided by this distance. So finally we have brought all the three charges from infinity. Hence the total work done will be the addition of the three, which gives you 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 outside. This factor remains Q1, Q2 by AB. Then this remains Q1, Q3 by AC. Thereafter this remains Q2, Q3 by BC. Am I clear? This total work is nothing but the potential energy of the system. Similarly, you can have a group of 4 charges Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 at the 4 corners of a square. Here the work done, as discussed in this case, W1, W2, W3, W4. W1 is 0 and we know that 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 can be taken common. Now what to write this and this. W2 means we will bring Q2 in front of this. So there will be only one factor and that is Q1, Q2 by A. Now for Q3 W3 we need to bring Q3. But in front of Q3 we have this and this. So we will use this distance also and this. That means Q2, Q3 plus Q1, Q3. 2 and 3 are separated by a distance of BC. 1 and 3 are separated by a distance of AC. Now the fourth quadrant, we need to bring Q4. So in the vicinity of 4 we have this and this. That means I need this distance also. Let us take one by one. 4 with 3 plus 4 with 2 and then 4 with 1. Now put the distances. This is CD, 4 with 2 is BD and 4 with 1 is AB. Okay. So this will be the total potential energy of this system. This is all about your electric potential and potential energy.